Today, I decided to travel to South Central Georgia, to the town of Nashville. Just off of Highway 76, east of the historical downtown, I noticed these amazing train cars. They reminded me of the short line passenger train that runs through Cordell, Americus, and Plains, Georgia.
I'm Danny, this is Dannovator. Let's explore.
Here's a few of the old passenger cars.
And here's the caboose. And right across the street for the trains, I noticed some old classic cars. So now let's head over to the historical streets of Nashville.
The house that's being restored on the right once belonged to a unique citizen. We'll learn about him a little later.
So when I arrived, it looks like they have a little weekend festival going on. But they said it's going to be shutting down at 12. But right over there in that little park is where we'll be ending our walk today. And here's the Berrien County Courthouse.
It was built in 1898. Many believed Nashville was named after Francis Nash, a Revolutionary War general. But another theory says it was named after Simon Nash, a chairmaker and mechanic who lived here in the mid-1800s. Personally, I would have to side with the hometown legend. Located around the courthouse, there's monuments that pay tribute to the men and women from this area who helped write our nation's history through their military service. Nashville, Georgia's claim to fame is America's first Doughboy monument. This is the spirit of the American Doughboy, a copper sculpture created by E.M. Bikini to honor the veterans of World War I. What makes this one especially interesting is it was the very first of these statues ever made. Built in 1921, it traveled by train across the country before making its home here. Today, the Smithsonian American Art Museum lists 159 locations of the spirit of the American Doughboy across the country.
There's nothing like the roar of motorcycles.
It's a great thing to see revitalization happening in the rural towns I explore. While I was admiring the McLam building, I was greeted by a couple of fellas that just finished their workouts. I want to say thank you for wanting to be in my video. So the festival that I thought was happening today is actually the Berrien County Farm to Table Market.
Looks like right over here is the Berrien County Chamber of Commerce.
The Chambers building appears to be in an old gas station.
So next to the Chamber of Commerce is a very unique building. It says Our Place Hotel. Now I'm going to make my way down to the Nashville First Baptist Church. But this highway beside me has an interesting story.
This road was once known as the Old Coffee Road, which was named after General John Coffee, who supervised its construction back in 1823. It was the earliest major route through this region.
So this place, it reminds me. I need to schedule a haircut. A few of the streets around the courthouse are named after ex-presidents. And here is the First Baptist Church.
This magnificent creation was built in 1916. Its tower once stood over twice its current height, but was lowered in 1989.
And when I make the turn here at Berrien Street,
I pass by the Nashville Fire Department and City Hall.
right here on the left are two unique homes.
Their design was known as Pueblo-style architecture, that was popular in the 1920s and 30s.
And across from those Pueblo-style homes is the Nashville Methodist Church.
It was built in 1900. It overlooks the old city cemetery.
And if you stay to the end, we'll visit another cemetery here in Nashville. So in the distance, I can see a mural. And right up here to the right, I can also see the post office. So across Davis Street, I can see those motorcycles that roared through earlier. And it looks like they rode in to eat here at Smokin' Smitty's Father and Son Barbecue. And located beside Smokin' Smitty's is the town's mural. Now we're going to make our way to a house that resembles a castle. I'm going to take a break in the shade just for a few moments. It is definitely a hot day in South Georgia. So sometimes things can look deceiving. Are these real bricks? Nope, it just looks like they're brick veneers. And right across the street is the house, in my opinion, that looks like a castle.
Known as the Carter Clark House, this home was built in 1905 by Dr. L.A. Carter, a prominent local physician who performed the second successful appendix surgery in Georgia. He also organized and served as president of the first bank in this county. And here's another interesting piece of Nashville history. Dr. Carter was the first person in town to own an automobile. Pictured here to the right is the doctor in his Maxwell Roadster and the mechanic from Valdosta who was sent to repair it.
And it has to be one of the hottest days of the summer to put on a roof.
Just a few steps from the castle is the splash pad. And with our extreme hot summer this year, I'm sure the kids and possibly even the adults enjoy it. The splash pad has a paved path joining downtown, which passes by the old jail. And hiding at the top of the door is a nest of wasps, and it seems that they're at home in this Georgia heat. The old jail was built in 1903 and was the site of Berrien County's last hanging. Makes you wonder if this place is haunted. It now seems to be part of Nashville, Georgia's revitalization. The farm to the table market seems to be wrapping up for the day. The Cadillac Cafe, what a great way to advertise. Maybe this old Ford was like a Cadillac back in the day. We end our walking tour at Connie's Children's Park. It was placed here in memory of Nashville, Georgia's first female mayor. The park's highlight is this beautiful fountain.
And right over here in front of the fountain
is this placard which tells the story of Connie Tate Perry and how she was elected mayor in 2003 and served until her passing in October of 2005. During her short service, she led major downtown improvements and was able to secure grants totaling over $1 million for revitalization. Isn't it fitting that close by children can play in water?
Now it's time to get into some air conditioning and go over to the cemetery and pay our last respects to Connie Perry. We're going to end our adventure today here at the Nashville Memorial Gardens. journey today has brought us here.
This is the grave of Connie Perry, who died of cancer on October 16, 2005. She is survived by her husband, Bill. Of everything I read about Connie, she was loved by her community. And she returned that love by her passion to improve the lives of her people. Nashville, Georgia is becoming a favorite retreat for many.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my video today of us visiting the town of Nashville, Georgia, and the gravesite of Connie Tate Perry. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And always remember, your adventure awaits with the Dannovator. I'll see y'all the next time.